am Star. The message I heard is just to be fair, these are your choices. So I'm a little late this morning. But y'all, I'm late because I was recording, okay? I'm not late just because I chose to be late. Anywho, the scripture comes from Proverbs 28. The wicked man flees although no one pursues him, but the just man, like a lion, feels sure of himself. If a land is rebellious, its princes will be many, but with a prudent man, it knows security. So here's the message. So for whoever this is for, I just feel like God is saying, understand, it's not a situation where you don't have the authority to change at any given time. Like it's a situation where you can change. You can make a change in whatever it is that you're going through. And good morning. Sometimes we find ourselves in circumstances and we think to ourselves that you need somebody to do this and you need somebody has to come out of nowhere. And I just feel like especially like the message that I actually was doing that I was recording before I came to record the live video, it went on longer than I expected it to. But it was so important because sometimes people end up in situations and they be sitting and they just be waiting on somebody to pull them out of there. Girl, ain't nobody finna say, you gotta run for yourself, run. Even if you gotta walk. You know what I'm saying? Even if, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are some situations that I have been in when I tell you wasn't nobody finna save me. Nobody came. Nobody came. Nobody. I had to save myself. I had to leave. I had to run. I had to find a way out. Now, I may have been able to call somebody and get a ride. And I may have been able to, you know what I'm saying? At that point, maybe somebody came back through and acted a fool behind me. But I had to leave myself. There was nobody that was about to come and save me. And I'm just being real. I'm just being real. That's 100% real. God said you have to think that these are choices that you are making. What choice do you make? Do you make the choice to sit there and just let life happen to you? Or are you going to make the choice to change your life around? Sometimes you may end up in a position where you're going to have to sleep at a shelter. But guess what? You'll be able to get the help you need. Sometimes it may be a situation where you're not going to be as comfortable as you would like to be. But would you prefer, you know what I'm saying? Just like I would prefer to be staying with my mom than to be stuck in a relationship that is not good with somebody that's abusive and, just cheating and acting a complete fool. And that's just me being real. And this is the choice. Like, you have to make a choice. Does it look bad? Yeah. I'm pretty sure people are like, well, she said she was getting married and she said this was meant for her and she said this and she said that. I don't care about what I said. I'm not finna stay in a situation where I'm not happy. I'm not finna stay in a situation where I can lose my life. I'm not finna stay in a situation that is just simply bad, not only for me, but for my son. Like, this is logic I'm using. And it was smart for me to leave, even though I don't even have all my stuff. Oh, well, I had to leave a bunch of stuff. I just feel like even if I would have had to walk and catch the bus, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like for whoever this is for, God is saying that think of the choices you are making. And think about what you are seeing as important. What is important is your appearance part. It's important for how people are looking at you and what people thinking about you. And you want everybody to be smiling and saying that, oh, you are so faithful and oh, you stuck it out and oh, you so tough because you were able to overcome all these things when in reality you wasn't overcoming nothing. And in reality you was crying yourself to sleep every night. In reality you was going through all this stress and all this trauma. Or do you want to be the person that you sleep peacefully every night? They might, and who cares what people think? Why concern yourself? You don't have to concern yourself with what people think. Either you concerned with what people think and you stressed out, or you don't have no stress because you decided that it don't matter what people think and you just gonna sleep peacefully, regardless. I just feel like for whoever this is for, God is saying that you need to make a decision for yourself. If you want to leave, leave. If you want somebody to stop putting their hands on you, get away from. Why would you be up under somebody that's constantly hurting you? You know what I'm saying? Why would you allow it? And I understand that it could be a situation where the person is stronger than you, but you got to stand up for yourself in some kind of way. You got to figure it out. Like, I just feel like this is a situation where God is saying that you got to find a way out that situation, and whatever the way out is, figure it out. Like, even if it's your house and you got to leave your own house, and then call the cops and tell them that you want that person gone. It is what it is. Like, you gotta figure something. Like, I just feel like this is for somebody that you are feeling as though you have no choice. Like, go stay with family. And like I said, you know what I'm saying. Me personally, it's very tough as a 32, about to be 33-year old, to be staying with my mama. I'll be real and say that it is. But at the same time, I will prefer to be staying with my mama, getting myself together, and eventually moving out and having my own that ain't connected to nobody else. Okay? Something I haven't had since I was 19 years old. I would prefer to be working towards that than to be stuck in a relationship where I'm questionable of, is he in a good mood today or is it a bad day? I don't know. We gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for that. It's too much. I don't have time for that. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not. And I put in every single one of my videos, but it's the truth. I am not. I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time for it. And I just feel like for whoever this is for, God said, ain't no reason for you to be just sitting there allowing life to happen to you. Don't do that to yourself no more. Leave. Even if you gotta walk. Even if you gotta you can't afford an Uber, fine, walk. Catch the bus. Like, get out of there. You know what I'm saying? And like, even if you gotta leave behind your favorite shoes, and you gotta leave behind your favorite bag, and you gotta leave behind this, that, and the third, you can buy all that stuff back. But you cannot replace your life. And yeah, I just feel that in my heart, in my spirit, for somebody. And it is very much so connected to the next message, y'all, that went on way longer than I expected. But I just feel like God is saying that sometimes you can't assume that a fairy godmother is gonna come up and sprinkle some dust and you gonna be in the house with the prince. You know what I'm saying? Even in the story Cinderella, she had to do several different things in order for her to find this man, in order for her to even meet this man. She had to make the decision to go there. She didn't get to, otherwise she wouldn't even met the prince if she wouldn't have went to the ball. He wouldn't have known who she was. She would have been stuck in her situation. So I just feel like God is saying that He is gonna help you. He's gonna push you. He's gonna guide you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being reminded, when I was driving uh to and from the desert, God was guiding me on the roads, guiding me to where to stay, guiding me this, guiding me that. Several times I literally spent the night in sundown towns. And I have spoken about that. And not one person said nothing to me. Nobody bothered me. Ain't nobody surround my truck. Ain't nobody mess with me. I was fine. And when I woke up and realized where I was, it creeped me out. And I just decided that I wasn't going to get breakfast though. And I left. Okay. And that's just what happened. And that's just me being real. But I just feel like for whoever this is for, you got allow God to help you. But understand that you're gonna have to bust a move. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit around waiting on something. I just feel like this is somebody that you're waiting on something to happen that is like you have to kickstart it. Like, you have to, whatever this is that you're waiting on is something that you have to kickstart. And you have to also check your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't expect certain things to just to happen your way all the time. Maybe what you want to happen is not what God wants to happen. Maybe what you're thinking should happen is not going in alignment with what God thinks should happen. Sometimes God will allow people that are doing evil, that are doing wrong, to get away with doing evil and doing wrong only for your sake. And what am I talking about? I'm being reminded of in the other message Well, the woman was trying to take the man, but at the same time, well, the man was trying to take the man. But anyways, that while that was going on, he was trying to take a man from the other woman, from the woman, but the woman, that wasn't her man. So it's like, even though he wanted that man and he felt like she was his enemy, in reality, she wasn't even his enemy. They not even enemies. Like, long story short, God is allowing that to go on, but God allowed it to go on because it don't even affect you. And even though this is all wrong, God not worried about that, because that's freeing. That was freeing. It was still freeing the woman from this man that ain't even her man, but is still harassing her. So, like, this is like a breakthrough. But God is using that. This is meant to be an attack, but it's actually helping you. And I'm saying this to say, for some people, like, it could be a situation where you thinking that God should be punishing somebody because they keep mistreating you and they keep doing this and they keep doing that. And why isn't God getting them? Sometimes God will slip, like God is lifting his hand on this person, especially if this person is the kind of person, every time something bad happens to them, here they come, they attacking you, and they saying that you this, that, and the third, and they want to fight with you, and they want to blame it on you somehow, some way. It's your fault. And typically, if you think about it, it could be, in a sense, yeah, God is allowing bad things to happen to them because they won't leave you alone. But instead of them accepting the fact maybe they should leave you alone, they think to themselves, well, I'm gonna be even meaner. And I just feel like, for whoever this is for, you are waiting on something that is not going to happen. It might be a situation where God is waiting until you leave to get them. You sitting around because you want to see it. Get away from there. Okay, you are doing you're not doing yourself no favors. You are causing yourself more harm. God said he wants you out that situation. At this point in time, you are making a choice to stay in a bad situation. At this point in time, you are choosing. And this is for somebody, you are choosing to stay in a bad relationship, and you are choosing to be with this abusive person. You are choosing to be with this person that is continuously cheating. This is your choice. And if it's somebody you left and they trying to get you back, God said, if you go back, that is your choice. He done told you time and time and time again, they ain't no good for you. They don't love you. They don't want you. And they mean they mean you no good. Every time you get something going for yourself, here this person come. God said, run the other way. Run, run for us. And that's the message. 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 Whew. God says you should feel sure of yourself. The wicked man flees although no one pursues him, but the just man, like a lion, feels sure of himself. You should feel sure of yourself and sure of your decisions. You decided to leave. That was the smartest decision you could have made. There is no reason for you to look back. It's no reason for you to go back. Just like in the story of y'all know the story where his wife turned into a pillar of salt. Don't do that. Don't start looking back and trying to see what's going on back there where you was. God says the same thing that's going on over there. If they got somebody new, they doing the same thing to her. If they done moved on, they're doing like they carrying on. That's it. They carrying on what they had going on. They doing the same thing. They didn't change. This is who they are. You like they I just feel like for whoever this is, you might have even went back to this person so many times that you see they not gonna change. They are never gonna change. And that's the message. 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 That's the message, y'all. God said, peep your choices. Understand that your choices are what basically brings about what kind of outcome you gonna have. And if you are making crazy choices, you're gonna have a crazy outcome. But if you are making intelligent choices, you're gonna have an excellent outcome. You cannot go around making silly choices. You have to make choices that make sense, okay? That's the message. Whew. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces. Thank you, Ruth, for donating.